Hello, everyone. This is Liam, the extra large leprechaun for MIIrish.com and Live in the Pub. I would like to welcome you to today's podcast as originally broadcast on Q90.1 Delta College Public Radio and made possible with the production assistance of the White Crow Conservatory of Music in Saginaw, Michigan. If you enjoy today's podcast, we encourage you to visit our Facebook pages and let us know. Like Live in the Pub, Q90.1 Delta College Public Radio, the White Crow Conservatory of Music, MIIrish.com, and our podcast sponsors like BiddyMurphy.com. If you would like to become a podcast sponsor, email us at miirish.com@gmail.com. Now, enjoy your Live in the Pub podcast.
Hello and welcome to Live in the Pub. I'm your host, Zig Zeitler. My co-host, Susan, is not with me today. She's been a busy girl out doing some things. And also, I'm going to hear by myself because our extra large leprechaun is not with us today. He is actually pretty busy at the Sparta Fest. And a lot of things going over there, which we're going to talk about some of that a little bit later. That's coming up real soon, the Sparta Fest. Matter of fact, it's going to be August 11th and 12th, so it's just in a couple days here. So it might be something you might want to think about doing. I'm going to give you a little bit about some of the lineup there and what's going on with that later, as I said. But right now we are going to do a feature today on Brendon Nolan. Brendon is a wonderful musician. He not only does Irish stuff, but he does some other stuff too. And I got one of his CDs here. We got a lot of Irish stuff on here. This is recorded in 2007, this particular album. And being I know Brendon quite well also. We know him from some of the festivals. He's played for our festival here, the Great Lakes Gathering. We've always see Brendon in Mississippi a lot when we played that festival down there, the Jackson Celtic Fest, which has always been a wonderful festival too. Anyway, Brendon, great fellow and some great music. And we're going to start off today. I think we'll go right down the line here and see how many of these songs we can get, because we're going to just feature Brendon Nolan today, being he is such a major artist. Let's do The Mountains of Pomeray, The Errant Apprentice, then Sullivans John, and then we'll go to The Lark in the Clear Air. So, let's hear a little bit of Brendon Nolan off his Songbook CD.
Bright and fair, the lark sang in the sky. When the maid she bound her golden hair with a blithe glance in her eye. For who beyond the grey green wood was awaiting her with joy? Oh, who but her gallant Renardine in the mountains of Pomeroy? Full often in the dawning hour, full oft in the twilight brown, he met the maid in the woodland bower, where the stream comes rushing down. For they were fair tyrant's laws touched Renardine on the mountains of Pomeroy. Dear love, she said, I'm so afraid of the foam and sports and you. They've tracked you in the lowland plain and all the valley through. My kinsmen frown when you were named, your life they would destroy. Beware, they say, of Renardine in the mountains of Pomeroy. Oh, an outlawed man in a land forlorn, he scorned to turn and fly, and kept the cause of freedom safe upon the mountains high. Fear not, my love, he cried. Fear not the foe for me. No chain shall fall, whate'er betide on the arm that would be free. Oh, leave your cruel kin and come when the lark is in the sky. And it's with my life I will guard you on the mountains of Pomeroy. The morn has come, she rose and fled from her cruel kin and home. And bright the wood and rosy red and the tumbling torrents foam. But the mist came down and the tempest roared, and all around it destroyed. And she was lost, the brave love of Renardine on the mountains of Pomeroy. Oh, an outlawed man in a land forlorn, he scorned to turn and fly, and lost his brave love on that fateful day in the mountains of Pomeroy. Oh, an outlawed man in a land forlorn, he scorned to turn and fly, but kept the cause of freedom safe upon the mountains high. When I was a young apprentice and less than compass mentis, I took leave of all my senses. With a maid I fell in love, her ringlet so entwined me. Aphrodite smiled, it blind me. Cupid's arrow struck behind me, and her father round the pub. It was there I met me nemesis, in her father's licensed premises, like a seraphim of Genesis, said Mary Ann Maguire. arrayed in fine apparel, astride a porter barrel. She looked the sort of girl that would fill you with desire. All the turtle doves were cooing as I took to me wooing, or loveliness pursuing in the springtime of that year. But she thought I should be older and more gallant and much bolder. In the uniform of a soldier, it's then she'd hold me dear. In extremis and euphoria, I joined with Queen Victoria for the spell of death or gloria, fighting with the Boers. To the wind they threw all caution, to return with fame and fortune, and together make a portion of matrimony's joy. On the grey stone of her mother, oh, she swore she loved no other. But I did soon discover that she played me for the Burke. For a lady look had beached me, and intelligence had reached me. Whilst I'd been overseas, she had married to a Turk. Well, it was then that I deserted to find a girl who flirted. Back to Ireland I reverted, for my jealousy was roused. In Maguire's pub in Derry I found him making merry, with his arms around my Mary, as together they caroused. So I took my time and waited until his thirst was sated, as home he navigated through the streets of Derry town. At 'twas lodgings he stood knocking, and whilst they were unlocking, I put a stone into his stocking, on his head I brought it down. Well, it was then the night's serenity was rent with loud obscenities and Ottoman profanities I couldn't understand. With a note he made to grab me, with full intent to stab me, but as he tried to shish kebab me, I was screaming up the Strand. All around the town's perimeter, oh, he chased me with a scimitar, a powerful passion limiter, to an errand in his pride. To the waterside he chased me, to the bridge of Foyle he raced me, and at Derry Quay he faced me, so I jumped into the tide. For bravery's no virtue when some heathen's trying to hurt you, and all noble thoughts desert you when you see his curry knife. For there's many things worth trying for, and occasionally worth lying for, but there's bugger all worth dying for, so I'll stick to the single life. There's many things worth trying for, and occasionally worth lying for, but there's bugger all worth dying for, so I'll stick to the single life. Sullivans John, to the road you've gone far away from your native home. Oh, you've gone with the tinker's daughter far along the road to Rome. Sullivans John, sure you won't stick it long when your belly will soon get slack. Or when you're out on the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. I met Katie Coffey with her neat baby behind on her back strapped on. She'd an owlash plant all in her hand for to drive her donkey on. Inquiring at every farmer's house that along the road she passed, where could she find an elk pot for to mend? Where could she swap an ass? Sullivans John, to the road you've gone far away from your native home. Oh, you've gone with the tinker's daughter far along the road to Rome. stick it long, when your belly will soon get slack. When you're out on the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. There's a hairy-ass fair in the County Clare, in a place they call Spansel Hill. When my brother James got a rap of a Haines, and poor Paddy they tried to kill. They loaded him up on a donkey and cart, while Mary and Kate looked on. Bad luck to the day that I went away to join with the Tinkers Band. Sullivans John, to the road you've gone far away from your native home. You've gone with the tinker's daughter far along the road to Rome. Sullivans John, sure you won't stick it long, when your belly will soon get slack. When you're out on the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. When you're out on the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back.
All right, Brendon Nolan on the song Brook CD. Nice stuff. We're going to continue with that. That's our featured album for the day. Brendon Nolan song Brook CD. Brendon, he's just a great talent. I can't say enough about his performances. He does a great job. Great songwriter, singer, and of course he does a lot of the wonderful Irish stuff that we love to hear. I remember one year at Mississippi Celtic Fest, he bought a new guitar for very little money, and everybody's just raving about this guitar, having a fit over this guitar he found, and he was having a great time with that. So cool. But yeah, nice guy. Like I said, we know Brendon pretty well, and we always enjoy seeing him and listening to his music. Great talent. But anyway, we're going to move on here. We're going to do some more of that. Don't forget about this coming weekend. The Sparta Celtic Festival's coming up. Downtown Sparta. That's a great time. Susan and I have performed at that before. It's going to be fun. I'll tell you more about that. But let's move on to Brendon again, okay? We're going to hear A Bottle of the Best, then Dan O'Hara, Paddy McGinty's Goat, and Whatever You Say Nothing. So let's hear those.
Oh, when your time of work is done and you've earned yourself some fun, in the pub you start this up, you're drinking, clinking every cup, through the pint pots you're perusing, and you're boozing till you're snoozing, and you're losing all your senses to the drink. And while all these folks so prim are swigging swill up to the brim, with nips of gin and numbered pim and sugar rubbed around the rim, I'll let them drink it till they drop, for the sly besotted Scot, he'll be breaking out a bottle of the best. Aye, to hell with all the rest, give me a bottle of the best. The amber beater down with speed, there's no bad taste, no waste, just greed. And a whiskey still I'll kill, I'll drink me fill, and if I spill a chill, you know I will, I'll lick it off the floor. I'll no touch teachers' grants, not hey, give me Balmoral Aphrodite, then fartless in a glass, you can throw the top away, for there's no use to pretend, oh, you'll need the cork again, when you're broken out a bottle of the best. And the English like their ale, warm and flat straight out the pail, they I slither with their bitter, it would slaughter Jack the Ripper, and they sip their cider rough, they sniff their snuff and huff and puff, and as if that's not enough they start to sing. Oh, when Jones I was new, and John Bally comes from Rue, if from the bell, the bally mill, roll out the barrel, just a few, but their songs are far surpassed by the tinkle in the glass, when you're broken out a bottle of the best. And the Irish with their pride of air and think they can deride our golden water, with their patter when they're out there on the batter, 1,600 pints of stout, a drinking bout without a doubt. And if they've no got the gout, they start to dance. The father of Flynn, Larry O'Gaff, and Biddy the ball wife for the laugh. Oh, the young they moon, they carry on, and the blackbird drives them daft. But their jigs have no appeal to the Scot who likes to reel when he's broken out a bottle of the best. Aye, a bottle of the best, that's what it is, nae idle jest, nae Mickey Finn, no bathtub gin, no rot good wine that tastes like vim. Have no fear, it's not like beer, malt whiskey's bright, strong and clear, aye, it's also bloody dear, but what the hell. And it belts ye in the belly like a heavyweight loch galley, a glow begins to grow, 6 in a row turns you to jelly. And then you fall down in a heap, and you dream perchance to sleep, for you've broken out a bottle of the best. Aye, you've broken out a bottle of the best. Sure, it's poor I am today, for God gave and took away, and he left without a home poor Dan O'Hara. With these matches in my hand, in the frost and snow I stand, so it's here I am today, a broken-hearted. Oh, hushla gal Machree, won't you buy a box from me, and you'll have the prayers of Dan from Connemara. I'll sell them cheap and low, buy a box before you go, from the broken-hearted farmer Dan O'Hara. In the year of 64, I had acres by the score, and the grandest land you'd ever run a plough through. But the landlord came, you know, and he laid our home so low, so it's here I am today, you're broken-hearted. hearted. Oh, hushla gal McCree, won't you buy a box from me? And you'll have the prayers of Dan from Connemara. I'll sell them cheap and low. Buy a box before you go, from the broken-hearted farmer Dan O'Hara. For 20 years or more did misfortune cross our door, and my poor old wife and I were sadly parted. We were scattered far and wide, and our children starved and died. So it's here I am today, you're broken-hearted. Oh, hushla gal McCree, won't you buy a box from me? And you'll have the prayers of Dan from Connemara. I'll sell them cheap and low. Buy a box before you go, from the broken-hearted farmer Dan O'Hara. Though in frost and snow I stand, sure the shadow of God's hand, it lies warm about the brow of Dan O'Hara. And soon with God above I will meet the ones I love, and I'll find the joys I lost in Connemara. Oh, hushla gal McCree, won't you buy a box from me? And you'll have the prayers of Dan from Connemara. I'll sell them cheap and low. Buy a box before you go, from the broken-hearted farmer Dan O'Hara. Oh, hushla gal McCree, won't you buy a box from me? And you'll have the prayers of Dan from Connemara. I'll sell them cheap and low. Buy a box before you go, from the broken-hearted farmer Dan O'Hara.
Mr. Patrick McGinty, an Irishman of note, fell into a fortune and he bought himself a goat. Says he, sure a goat's milk I'm going to have me fill. But when he brought the nanny home he found there was a bill. All the young ladies who live in Killaloo, they're all wearing bustles like their mothers used to do. Oh, they each wear a bolster beneath their petticoat, and save the rest for Providence and for Paddy McGinty's coat. Mrs. Burke to her daughter said, listen, Mary Ann, who is the lad you were cuddling in the lane? He had long wiry whiskers hanging from his chin. 'Twas only Pat McGinty's goat, she answered with a grin. Then she went away from the village in disgrace. She came back with powder and paint upon her face. Oh, she'd rings on her fingers and she wore a sable coat. You can bet your life she never got that from Paddy McGinty's goat. Little Nora McCarthy, the knot was going to tie. She washed out her trousseau and she hung it out to dry. Along came the goat and he saw the bits of white. He chewed up all her falderols and on her wedding night. Oh, turn out the gas quick, she shouted out to Pat, for though I'm your bride, sure I'm not worth looking at. I had to have everything I told you when I wrote, but now I'm wearing nothing thanks to Paddy McGinty's goat. Mickey Riley, he went to the races the other day, won $20 and he shouted hip hooray. He held up the banknote, said look at what I've got. Along came Paddy McGinty's got me swallowed up the lot. Always hating me banknotes, as Mickey were the hump. They sent for the doctor to get the stomach pump. Oh, they pumped and they pumped for the $20 note, but all they got was ninepence out of Paddy McGinty's goat. That's right. English guards, you think it was romance. They adopted the goat and they brought him out to France. The day that they landed, he heard the bugle blow. Well, he took this little cranium and he ran to meet the foe. All the Germans retreated and hurriedly they fled. Holding their noses, they tumbled over dead. Ach, says the Kaiser, there's poison gas afloat. But it was only the effluvium from Paddy McGinty's boat. Off the west coast of Ireland one morning they were seen, as plain as any pikes there were German submarines. When Coast Guard Maloney fell into a fit, says Paddy McGinty's goat, it's time for me to do me bid. Oh, he jumped into the water, frisky as a whale, swam around the U-boat, wagging his little tail. Oh, he up with his horn and he stuck it in the boat, and he sent them all to hell. He go landed Paddy McGinty's goat. Paddy McGinty's goat had a wondrous appetite. One morning for breakfast he ate some dynamite. Then a big box of matches he swallowed with a grin. And when he had his fill of that he drank some paraffin. Oh, he sat beat the fireside, didn't give a hang. Swallowed a spark and exploded with a bang. So if you go to heaven you can bet your dollar note that the angel with the whiskers on is Paddy McGinty's goat. Whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you know what you'll get. Should they take you out to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know who's sick, don't let anyone hear you singing the song. And you all know what I'm speaking of when I mention you know what. And I think it's very dangerous to even mention that. For the other one is always near, although you may not see. And if anyone asks who told you that, please don't mention me. Whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, oh, you know what you'll get. Sure, they take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know who's sick, don't let anyone hear you singing this song. Know who I'm speaking of, and I mention you know who. And if you know who should hear me, oh, you know what I do. So if you don't see me again, you'll know why I'm away. And if anyone asks you where I've gone, here's what you must say. Whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you know what you get. Sure, they take you off to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know who's sick, don't let anyone hear you singing this song. Well, now that's enough about so-and-so, and I mention such and such. I think I'll end me song now, sure I've already said too much. For the less you see, the less you hear, and the less you'll go astray. And the less you think, the less you do, and the more you'll hear them say. Whatever you say nothing when you talk about you know what. For if you know who should hear you, you know what you get. Sure, they take you out to you know where, for you wouldn't know how long. So for you know who's sick, don't let anyone hear you singing this song. You know who's sick, don't let anyone, oh God's sake, don't let anyone hear you singing this song.
Whatever you say nothing. Brendon Nolan. Songbook CD, great stuff. I love this stuff. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Sparta Festival. And that is coming right up. August 11th and 12th. So that's this weekend, folks. You might want to go out there and check it out. Just a little bit of idea of some of the events. We're going to have the Conklin Hugh Band, the Moxie Strings. Those are some of the Toby Brisnanen. Let's see, the Fallen Soldier Memorial, the Moxie Strings, we said that, Blarney Castle, Stone Clover, the Harbiston Irish Dance, the McClinton Highland Dancers, the Skull Rinse, the Brannan Irish Dancers, Shannon Irish Dancers Academy and Company, Motor City Irish Dancers, Arden Academy of Irish Dance. Wow, we're going to have a lot of dancers. That's going to be fantastic. What else do we have here? There's going to be West Michigan Gaeltacht Irish language demo. Youre, the Kilted Magician. That should be fun. Harbiston Irish Dancers. I think we already mentioned that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Tom Cotter, the Murder, or Mulder, Murder. That'd be bad. Lee Mulder, excuse me. Sorry about that, Lee. Leprechauns, of course, our famous Liam, the extra large leprechaun, of course, is going to be there, and I think he's going to be hosting the show. I'm almost 99.9% sure of that. He always does that. There's just a ton of stuff to do. I'm sure you're not going to want to miss that. This is going to be a great time. I want to remind you, this is a White Crow production coming out of the White Crow Conservatory. Always drop by and see us. Let us know what you like to hear. Just drop in and see us and check us out on our Facebook page. Just let us know you're there, okay? We're going to move on here. We're going to go back to some Brendon Nolan, and we are going to hear Shady River Road, Icarus, The Hackler from Gross Hall, and Nancy Spain. Let's hear Brendon Nolan.
Take a walk down by Shady River, take a stroll down that lazy road. Take a walk down by Shady River, lose your troubles and your heavy load. You've been worrying for a long time over things you've no control. Open the door, let in the sunshine, feel it warm you body and soul. And take a walk down by Shady River Road. Take a walk down by Shady River, take a stroll down that lazy road. Take a walk down by Shady River, lose your troubles and your heavy load. There's no highway near the Shady River, just the sound of the wind through the cypress trees. Old heron waiting in the shiny waters, looking for a supper among the reeds. Ah, that old river has all he'll ever need. Take a walk down by Shady River, take a stroll down that lazy road. Take a walk down by Shady River, lose your troubles and your heavy load. Old Shady River's been here forever, keep flowing free when I'm gone. Just sit you down by the peaceful waters, take a listen as they ripple along, and find yourself once more in the river's song. Take a walk down by Shady River, take a stroll down that lazy road. Take a walk down by Shady River, lose your troubles and your heavy load. Oh, lose your troubles and your heavy load. I never wanted to fly high. I was too fond of walking. So when you said you'd reach the sky, I thought it was just your way of talking. But you said you'd build some wings, you'd thought out how it could be done, and I was doubtful of everything. I never thought you'd reach the sun. You were so clever with your hands. I watched you for hours with your glue and rubber bands. Feathers and the lace and the flowers and the finished wings, they shone so bright. Like some bright bird of glory, began to envy your flight. Like an old hero story. And you asked me to go with you, tried all ways to dare me, but I looked at the sky so blue, and I said that the height would scare me, but I carried your wings for you up the path to the cliff face, kissed you goodbye and watched your eye, already bright with sunlight. And it was so grand at the start to watch you soaring higher. It was a pain deep in my heart. The wings seemed tipped with fire, like a seagull or a lark, rising to heaven like some ember or some spark that vanished from earth forever. And I believed you'd reach the sun. I believed all that you told me. You'd do a thing no one had ever done, catch a star to please me. But then I saw the white wings fold, saw the feathers tremble, watched you drop like a ball of gold into the white blue water. There are some who are born to rise, some are born to follow, some reach for the skies, some walk in the hollow. And as I watched your body fall, I knew really you had won, for your grave was not the earth, but the reflection of the sun. I never wanted to fly high. I am a roving hackler lad that loves the Shamrock shore. Me name is Pat MacDonald and me age is 84. Beloved and well respected by me neighbours one and all. On St. Patrick's Day I like to stray round Levy and Grosshall. When I was young I danced and sung and drank strong whiskey too, in Sheebin's shop that sold a drop of real old Mount Dew. With pushing still on every hill, though the peelers have no call. Round Sweet Stradone I am well known, round Levy and Grosshall. I used to go from town to town, for hackling was my trade. Nor can deny I thought that I an honest living made. Where I strayed by night or day, oh the youth would always call to have the crack with Paddy Jack, the hackler from Grosshall. Oh, I think it's strange how very much the times have changed of late. Coercion now is all the row with peelers on their bait. To take a glass is now, alas, the greatest crime of all. Oh, since Balfour Place, that hungry baste, the sergeant from Grosshall. That busy tool at Castle Rule, he wanders night and day. Oh, he'd grab a goat all by the throat for want of better prey. And the nasty skunk, he'd swear you're drunk when you've had none at all. Oh, there is no peace around the place since he came to Grosshall. It was on pretence of this offence he dragged me off to jail, along to dwell in a cold cell, me fortune to bewail. On me hoary head and a plank of a bed, such wrongs for vengeance call. Oh, we'll rue the day he dragged away the hackler from Grosshall. He haunts the league just like a plague, and shame for to relate. The priest can't be on Sunday free, the mass to celebrate. It's there he'll kneel encased in steel, prepared for duty's call, for to assail and drag to jail our clergy from Grosshall. His raid on dogs, I'm sure it flogs, it's shocking to behold how he'll pull up a 6 months pup and swear it's 2-year-old. Outside of hell, a parallel can't be found for him at all, for that vile pimp, the devil's imp, the ruler of Grosshall. He'd run pell-mell down into hell to search for poaching there, and won't be loath to swear an oath he found it in Kilcare. He'll search your bed from foot to head, sheets, blankets, thick and all. Your wife undressed must leave the nest for Jenny from Grosshall. Thank God the day isn't far away when home rule will be seen, and brave Parnell at home will dwell and shine in College Green. And our policemen then will be our nation's choice and all. How Balford's pack will get the sack, banished from Grosshall. Come old and young, clear up your lung, sing this little song. Come join with me, let them see you all resent the wrong. And while I live I'll always give a prayer for his downfall, and when I die I won't deny I'll haunt him from Grosshall.
All right, we'll see you next week right here live in the pub. It's time for us to sign off. Remember, this is a White Crow production. See you next week.
of all the stars that ever shone, not one does twinkle like your pale blue eyes, like golden corn at harvest time you hair. Sailing in my boat, the wind gently blows and fills my sail. Your sweet scented breath is everywhere. Daylight peeping through the curtain of the passing night time is your smile. And the sun in the skies like your laugh. Come back to me, my Nancy, linger for just a little while. Since you left these shores, I've known of peace nor joy. No matter where I wander, I'm still haunted by your name. The portrait of your beauty stays the same. Standing by the ocean, wondering where you've gone if you return again. Where is the ring I gave to Nancy Spain? On a day in springtime, when snow starts to melt, streams to flow, with the birds I'll sing a song, and in a while I'll wander down by Bluebell Grove where wildflowers grow. I will hope lovely Nancy will return. No matter where I wander, I'm still haunted by your name. How the portrait of your beauty stays the same. Standing by the ocean, wondering where you've gone if you'll return again. Where is the ring I gave to Nancy Spain? No matter where I wander, I'm still haunted by your name. How the portrait of your beauty stays the same. Standing by the ocean.